Health indicators are like your coloring, they are the icing on top. If you have poor bone structure and a bad eye area, they won't do much to improving your attractiveness. But if you have a good underlying base, they can easily add 0.5 to 1 point in attractiveness basics. It is called health indicators for a reason. If you aren't biologically healthy, you improve any of these. First, change your diet to a raw primal diet. This includes raw eggs, raw dairy, raw honey, and raw animal organs and meat. Also including fruits as well will be beneficial. Make sure you buy your fruit and raw animal products from a good local source, and make sure the animals you get the products from aren't vaccinated. I will make a video on this soon showing you the best diet for if you live with your parents. Also, getting enough sunlight and sleep helps as well. For sunlight, go outside whenever the sun is out. Also, make sure to ground when you go outside. For sleep, improving my diet, getting rid of vegetables, and improving my circadian rhythm helped the most. I found blue light blocking glasses to have no effect for me, but you can try it if you want. Also, get rid of any microplastic products, for example soap, deodorant, and toothpaste, and replace with natural alternatives. Hair. The best thing about hair is it can completely change the shape of your skull and add a lot of appeal. We'll start with the obvious. Your hair will never look good if you are receding. Get a hair transplant. Never use furosemide or minoxidil as they mess with your biochemistry and will destroy your face and mood. Never use seed oils for hair growth because in the long term they are harmful, but you can use it for eyebrows and eyelashes. Instead, improve your diet and circadian rhythm. Also, if you want to keep your hair past 30, don't get a perm. Next is hair quality. To improve this, get rid of shampoo and hair conditioner. Instead, use egg yolks for shampoo. I don't use the white as it contains anti-nutrients. Next, make sure to eat lots of animal fat to give your hair a natural shine. Also, using a shower filter is helpful as well. To get rid of dandruff, just simply eat a raw primal diet and get rid of your non-natural hair products. The only hair product you should use is sea salt spray. Now we've got that out of the way, we will go on to the styles. The rule before you try any of these haircuts is to go a high-quality barber or hair salon that knows actually how to cut hair instead of a cheap Turkish barber or regular barber. Part 1, straight hair, the best hairstyle. We'll go for medium-length hairstyles. First one, tousled fringe medium-length hairstyle, covers all the forehead. Best for people with big foreheads and receding hairlines. Get a low taper and style with sea salt spray using this video. Downsides. Not much of a hair halo, only recommend getting if you have big forehead or you don't suit any of the others too. Middle part medium length hairstyle that frames the face really well. Best for people with small foreheads and a good hairline. Get a low taper and style with sea salt spray using this video.
It's crucial to start with wet hair. Before adding a sea salt spray, it's important to use one that's completely natural to avoid damaging and drying out your scalp. Spray it 2 times on each side before adding a hair clip for its hold and matte finish, but only use this much. Now with the perfect mix of texture and hold, create a center parting, but not like this. Brush back the midsection of your hair, then pull down the curtains. Now you have 2 panels. Simply scrunch each side until you like how it looks. This is perfect for me. Now don't touch it until it's fully dry. You can also use a diffuser to speed up this process. Lastly, remove the center parting by running your fingers through your...
Only downside is there isn't much length. Now the next ones are longer hairstyles and you'll need some dimorphism in the jaw to pull it off. 390s mod cut. Basically a leveled up fringe with added texture and length. Best for people with big foreheads and adds size to the skull. Only use scissors for this cut and style with sea salt spray using this video. Only downside is it doesn't really work for older people. 4. Long hair, insane for sex appeal and JB appeal if you can pull it off. Only downside is you need a good forehead hairline and dimorphism to really pull it off, but if you do, it's well worth it. Use sea salt spray to really finish off the look. Part 2, wavy hair. Starting with medium length 1, fluffy hair medium to long length hairstyle which covers the forehead. As you have wavy hair, the hair will have more texture and volume, so it will enable you to get fluffy fringe as opposed to straight hair, which just looks weird if you try get a fluffy fringe. Pair with a blowout taper and style with salt spray like this video says to complete the look. Two, wavy curtains, medium to long length haircut which frames the face really well. Only downside, you need a small forehead and good hairline to pull off the style. Get a low taper and style with sea salt spray using this video. Now the next ones are longer hairstyles and you'll need some dimorphism in the jaw to pull it off. 3. The flow insane appeal, only drawback, you need a good forehead and hair to pull it off. Use sea salt spray and style like this video for
to dry it just a little bit, then run a comb through it front to back to detangle everything. Then dry it one more time with the towel. Then take a headband and press it against your head and slick your hair back. Then go ahead and untuck some hair from the right and left side, keeping the middle slicked back. It should look like this, and then from there just keep it in place. Let it dry for about 30 minutes and then take the headband out. Then after that, just run your hands through and that's all you gotta do.
long hair, insane for sex appeal and JB appeal if you can pull it off. Only downside is you need a good forehead hairline and dimorphism to really pull it off. But if you do, it's well worth it. Use sea salt spray to really finish off the look. Part 3, curly hair 1, curly fringe hair, medium to long length hairstyle, which covers the forehead. Pair it with a low drop fade and style like this with sea salt spray and you're set. Only downside is it isn't really that long too. Richard Ramirez cut, used by Bjorn Anderson, and most famously Richard Ramirez, it does a really good job of framing the face and hiding phalos. Only downside is you need a pretty skilled hairdresser to recreate this 3. Long hair, insane for sex appeal and JB appeal if you can pull it off. Only downside is you need a good forehead hairline and dimorphism to really pull it off, but if you do, it's well worth it. Use sea salt spray to really finish off the look. Make sure if you do any of these haircuts, you go to a skilled barber or hairdresser that knows what they're doing. Skin. For skin, the best things to do is reset your circadian rhythm and go on a raw, primal diet. Once you do that, you have a couple other options to perfect the skin. Get the perfect coloring of skin by watching this video. And eat lots of collagen as well to get even better skin. Finally, skincare. The best skincare are these 2 things. First, for acne care, use raw cheese and rub it on the acne area until it is emulsified. Finally, a moisturizer you can use is this formula. 1 egg yolk, 100 milliliters of raw butter, and a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. Mix together and then use as a moisturizer. You can use these 2 natural skin treatments for whenever you have dry skin or acne. Lips are one of the most underrated areas of the face. In my opinion, it can be the difference between an elegant pretty boy and an old autistic-looking gym cell. Sadly, it is very genetically determined, but here are some things you can do to improve it. We'll start with dryness first. To improve this, eat lots of animal fat. If you still get dry lips, applying butter or beef tallow directly to your lips helps. Next, color. To learn how to improve it, watch my coloring video. Thirdly, thickness. Best way to improve this is to use volufiline. And in severe cases, you can use lip filler, but make sure you don't overfill it or else it will look super gay and fake. Now width, you basically only have one option. It is to use this device, use it at night. Use a 3D printer and use this link to make the device. What it does is manipulates your facial muscles to give you a wider smile. Make sure your smile harmonizes with being as wide as your pupils. The device gives permanent results as far as I see, so once you get to your desired lip width, you can stop. Nose, next nose, which like lips are pretty much determined by your genetics, but here are some things you can do. First, with side profile for a slightly bumpy nose, the best thing you can do is get implants, or if your maxilla is lacking Bimax. It is because the bumpy nose is caused by an underdeveloped maxilla. For a crooked nose, sadly, the only thing you can do is get a rhinoplasty. But I'd first fully softmax before try this. Next is a bulbous nose tip. This can be improved by having a primal diet and grounding. Also, doing these facial exercises helped me. If none work, you can always get a rhinoplasty. Finally, for a wide nose, you have a couple of options. First, primal diet. Second, oil pulling, which is where you rub oil on your nose and it gets rid of excess dirt. And thirdly, using this water bottle trick where you scoosh from one nose to another to get rid of excess mucus, although I doubt this method works. Finally, if none of them work and your nose is still too wide, you can get a rhinoplasty. Body fat. Body fat is easy. All you need to do is eat a raw, primal diet and eat when you're hungry. Removing water for fruit juice and removing any seeds or vegetables, and you're set. All these are relatively easy things to do if you stay consistent. Remember, this won't work overnight, so stay patient.